Hey guys, so this tutorial will be for your pole clocks. I'm gonna break it down to 3 steps so you can make your pole clocks execution perfect. So let's get started. Pole clock consists with a lot of motions. You need to jump, pull, hold, swing your legs and tilt back. So we're gonna break it down with starting with grip hold. So today you're going to need a resistance band, preferably a long one to put on the pole, as well as the little one. Okay, so if you have them, it's very good. You're going to need them today. So we're going to start with the grip hold. The grip hold is inside leg in your armpit and outside leg above here. It's an inverted grip, which you all probably know, but here you will need the jump from the outside leg. So we're going to go through the technique of movement in your clocks without jumping, holding, pulling, swinging, just going through the motions, okay? The inside leg creates a swing here, and the outside leg continues your swing, and you end up on the other side of the pole. Now switch the other armpit and do the same on the other side, just going through the motions, okay? Inside leg, outside leg follows, and you end up on the other side of the pole. Moving forward, we're going to continue with grip strength. So, of course, you need to jump in your clocks on the floor. So we're going to start just with the jump from the outside leg, and we're going to create a motion upward. You don't tilt back, you don't go on the other side of the pole, just the motion upward. Take your grip strong, squeeze the pole in your armpit, the other hand is right above. Try not to take the outside hand here, okay? Don't take it too high. I'm going to explain you why a little bit later. Just take the hand lower, bend the knee is soft. I'm on my toes right now, and I want to jump up and lower down. Jump up and lower down. Inside leg is bent, so I'm not using the inside leg here. I'm just jumping from the outside leg and trying to create a pull. Now, if that is too difficult, therefore you will need a resistance band to ease the tension. First of all, you need to check your posture while you're doing this pulling up, jumping up and holding and lowering down in slow motion. Lowering down is as important as coming up. So once you're going up, you need to control your lowering down. Now what I want you to avoid this position, okay? Depress your shoulders down, make sure you're actually engaging your arms and maintaining a nice good posture. So you don't work with your scapula, you're not overworking your chest, you're trying to actually work with your arms. To do that, resistance band is here to help, okay? Now I put the resistance band right underneath my butt, so I'm kind of in the swings right now. I take the grip and still the weight is on the outside leg because I'm gonna learn to jump from the outside leg. Maintain my posture and lower down slowly. The resistance band should be wide and tight enough so you actually feel that it helps you to pull up, okay? You need to feel that the band is actually helping you. If it's not, either the band is too low or you need a bigger band, okay? So you jump a little bit, maintain the posture, lower down slowly. Jump, maintain, lower down slowly. Jump, maintain, lower down slowly. Now the hold in the air is very important. Try to hold in that highest position. So once you're doing a conditioning exercise, repetition is key. So you should do at least 5 repetitions. If you're doing with resistance band, do as much as you can each side. And if you want to progress faster, do more sets than one. Take a pause, take a deep breath, get back at it, okay? So to put it all together, the first step is managing your grip, learning not to take the outside hand too high, but take them close. Learning to create a jump from the outside leg and actually hold in the highest position, and pause and slowly lowering down. And if that is too difficult, resistance band can actually help you to ease the tension, focus more on your posture, focus that you're actually working with the arm strength Depressing your shoulders slightly down so you actually can engage the shoulders and your arms, okay? And lowering down is as important as coming up. Now we're moving on to the next step, to the second step, the leg work, okay? Now we're back on the floor, starting to do our legs. So what you do in your legs, in your clocks, is this movement. Seems pretty simple, but do this on the floor before you start to do this up on the pole, okay? The inside leg is creating a swing, the outside leg is following. Now, I want you to do this at least 10 repetitions, and while you're doing this, start paying attention. Are you doing a full range of motion with that inside leg? What is your upper body doing when you're opening your legs? And are your hips working? And of course, try to actually see where your end range is. How wide can you open your legs? Because on the pole, they are not gonna suddenly open more than on the floor. So it's very important for you to work on that end range on the floor, extending those knees, pointing your toes to make your clocks look more beautiful on the floor. This is the key. So now take a look on the inside leg when it creates the swing. See, the hip is closed at the start of the position, so you don't create a swing here. Because if you're going to create the swing from here, you see that the leg is not doing a full range of motion, it's just doing a half of it. If you start with a closed hip, you can create a lot more of a swing. And that swing will help you on the pole to lift up. If your hips and legs will work more, your arms will actually feel a lot more better, and therefore your clocks will look better and feel better definitely. So you need to actually swing this inside leg with energy. So it's not just here, you want to swing the leg and back, and swing the leg, and switch to the other side, okay? Do this at least 10 repetitions until you actually feel good in this motion. Next thing, what you need to focus on is that once you're tilting back, in the moment where your legs are as wide as you can possibly open them, it actually looks and feels easier. So if you're standing like this, if you're sitting like this and trying to maintain an open legs, it's a lot harder, especially if you don't have the flexibility. So therefore, tilting back actually is easier, feels easier, and with that upper body movement, you can help your legs do more actually. So what I usually see in my students, they get the movement, they kind of see that the technique is nice, but I see that they don't have the energy in the leg to create that first swing. Therefore, the resistance band is here again to help you. Put the band on your ankles. You can put it on underneath your knees as well. And do the same motion with the legs where you try to open the band, pull the band out as much as possible. You might not go to your end range, that's quite all right, but you have to feel the effort of trying to open up the legs as wide as you can and feel the engagement. And if you do this more than a couple of repetitions, but at least 10 repetitions for a couple of sets, when you take the band off, it will feel a lot more easier to create a swing with more energy. And of course, pay attention with the tilting back and the work of your upper body. And make sure you can actually hold that end range. End range is the widest position where you can possibly open up your legs. Maintain that hold. It's gonna help you up in the on the pole as well. Now, the third step, okay? We're gonna try to put all what we've done here now in this tutorial together. Still using the resistance band, taking the clock's grip, the inside hand here, bending the outside leg knee, using that closed hip position, as you can see, right like you were on the floor. So don't start your clocks here. You want to start your clocks here. See, my hips are in front of the pole. I have all the grip I need in my side. I'm squeezing the pole. I'm as close to the pole as possible. From the side, you can see I'm in front of the pole. Don't start your clocks from a step and swing, because usually beginners cannot control that motion. When they make a big step, when they make a jump, they start to tilt before the jump, before the highest position. Usually a lot of errors happen there. So I would really suggest for you to start this motion in a controlled way. Knees bent. I'm gonna jump off from it. Hands are not high, they're quite low, because if you take this hand high, you won't be able to tilt back. It's very difficult to tilt back once you're going to open your legs. It is difficult. Once you take this hand low, it's easier to create tilt back when you're going to go to your end range with the leg opening moment, okay? That is why this hand is actually better in a lower position. Now, close the hip, create a jump. The resistance band is still there. You're gonna still try to pull it and move to the other side of the pole. Now, I am sure that all of you are not capable of jumping high and pulling up and holding up in the air without the band. Therefore, just create a smaller movement and focus on your posture and on your legs. Bend, leg, follow, switch. Position, knee, closed hip. You see the range of motion I'm going to create with the inside leg. It's very important that you actually start from here to create a powerful swing. So if you're gonna start your clocks from this position, the swing will be very little, like we tried on the floor without the pole. The same thing applies here, up in the on the pole. Inside leg and follow. Inside leg and follow. Now, once you've done all of this, once you tried with the resistance band, now we can try to add a bigger jump. Try to add more of a leg work to create higher position, hold in the air, leg opening and tilting and going to the other side of the pole. Starting position, swing, other side of the pole. Starting position, swing, other side of the pole. Now I want you to take a look on my tilting back moment. I'm not creating a chopper or invert position, but still my upper body goes a little bit back. So it looks that I open my legs wider, because I did, because I tilted back, because it's much more comfortable position for your legs to actually open more. So if you're having troubles to actually creating a nice good jump in the air, or you don't feel that you can actually hold up in the air, now this is the part where you can add the step and the jump. If you add the step and the jump right in the beginning, once you haven't gone through all the little details what we have in the clocks, you have many varieties how not to feel comfortable in this position. For example, if you create a big step and you swing the leg, you can hit your side to the pole if the step is not in front of the pole. If the step is in the line of the pole, you create the swing, you will hit your side to the pole while you're up in the air. You might even hit your ribs, and that will not feel very good. Next thing about big steps and big jumps, once you haven't learned the technique of the movement, once you haven't understood how everything is working in the element where you're trying to learn, you can create a lot of failures. For example, once you think about the jump and you haven't actually understood the leg work and the pulling up moment, there will not be any use of your high jump. So once you're using the jump, make sure the jump has a meaning. Therefore, you have to swing the leg right when you jump. And that jump should help you create that holding moment up in the air where you kind of tilt back a little bit to open up your legs wider. So if you do the step in front of the pole, make sure your knee is bent and stable. Make sure that leg is starting to swing from this position, not here, okay? And then see if you actually can add that pausing, tilting up in the air. Step, swing, and slow lowering down is very important, so the other leg can actually create full range of motion in this position. Because if you're lowering down fast, you're kind of breaking the movement and you're not ending your clocks in a safe way. Therefore, it doesn't look very effortless, okay? So therefore, if you're still trying to do that jump and the step up in the air, make sure you've done all the previous steps before that. And then if you still feel that pulling up and starting from this position is too difficult, then try just adding a step to make sure that it helps you, okay? Just one more tip. If you're doing that step and jump, okay, make sure you're close to the pole. You're all the time connected with the pole. So you're not away from the pole. You want to feel the pole in your side, the pole in your armpit. Even if you're creating that step and jump, I still feel the pole in my side. Make sure the movement is in control so you're not wobbling away from the pole. And of course, make sure when you swing the leg, the knee is straight. This is usually what I see in my beginner students. They want to open their legs right away, as wide as possible, and they start to bend their knees, flex their feet, and the hips aren't working the way they should work to actually help the clocks to create movement, help the leg movement and the upper body do the work, okay? So let's try to put this all together. 3 steps. First step was the grip, the pull, the hold, the posture, okay? Very important posture. Don't do this when you do clocks. Maintain the posture, work with the resistance band, okay? Next step was the leg work, the full range of motion, the understanding that you want to swing that leg. That swing will help your jump. Jump will help you to get higher. Getting higher will help you to tilt back and secure that end range of motion in your legs, okay? And the other leg will help you to finish the movement. So therefore, lowering down slowly is very important so you can actually finish the clocks with the second leg and end up on the other side of the pole, okay? So try to connect all these movements in one element. Jump, pull, hold, swing, tilt, finish. And switching sides, jump, pull, hold, swing, tilt, finish. And once you get a hang of this movement, doing it slowly, try to add speed. And therefore, it will feel a lot more easier and it will look a lot better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. You can put requests in the comment section and of course, train your both sides and see you guys next time.